From new endgame content to quality of life features to huge system overhauls, moving towards choices that better reflect the way we build our characters.
All right. Hey, everybody. Thanks for coming to join me today. Kind of just testing this out. So I want to see how things go and just getting the home table dialed in here, like I said. But hope you all enjoy. Going to get a practice session going here today. It is, for the most part, a stream test more than anything, but I do need to get in a decent practice session. So I'm just starting off here with a little kind of warm-up exercise that I like to do. Basically just throw a couple balls on the table and shoot them in rotation, but make sure they're all, reasonably playable, and try not to overthink things at all. Just get real simple shape. And this is just a good way to kind of drop your mind into things and just get ready to hit the ball clean. And like I said, not overcomplicate it, but I did say in the description and the thumbnail that I recently had this table shimmed down. So it's playing quite a bit tighter than it used to. About a 1/4 inch difference, as a matter of fact. So it's playing pretty tough, which is great. And it's exactly what I need at this point in my game. In addition to just sort of more time under pressure and getting out for more competition. Part of the interesting thing today will be hanging out with you guys and talking myself through different shots. Talking while I shoot historically has not worked out too well for me. I don't really know how much value is going to come from practicing that necessarily, but maybe there's some benefit to getting used to that. Something I'm going to be working on as we go here today is letting the angles do the work and shortening up my form. So in that case, kind of made a bad decision, I think, instead of getting through that 7-ball and letting the angle do the work, as I had been saying while I got down on it. Decided to fight the angle and try to go high inside instead of outside. Probably just coming around the 9-ball for shape. So we'll get through a couple of these. Getting through the ball pretty good. Let's get one more of those, and then I think we'll move to the break. I've got a couple exercises I'm thinking about playing today. And let's add a ball. Like I said, it's not anything crazy here, just kind of warming up. And in general, I don't know if I really believe in the warm-up, but it's nice here, even just physically speaking, warming up a little bit. Because I am in my basement, and it's a little chilly. Got a little funny on this 3-ball. That's a good way to get to it. That'll do. Let that out a little too much. Maybe a bit more spin on that. But honestly, we're fine. Just got lazy there. All right, let's get a couple break shots in. So I'm changing up my 9-ball break. And this is coming off the coattails of something I recorded recently. I don't want to spoil anything, but I played with somebody and they were showing me a few things. And so looking forward to drilling that a little bit. But we're basically just going to be playing against the ghost here. Let's get our 5-ball. Where'd you go? So I'm working on a cut break. It's going to be a little different than before. Whereas before I was used to going pretty full into the head ball and just kind of crushing into them, looking for a head ball hit and stopping in the center of the table. I was breaking from here. I was kind of getting into the cue ball this way, sighted in by aiming low, and then lift. And as I lift, kind of the backhand is bringing the tip position up a little bit. Pop break style. I had gotten pretty comfortable with it. But in this case, what I'm looking for is kind of cutting into the 1-ball, like sort of 60% of this 1-ball. Cue ball comes out with low outside into the center of the table. We're looking to make the wing ball. I'm using the template because my my rack actually just broke. This is a very, very old, I'll show you guys, very old plastic rack. And I was racking and just like trying to get a lot of tension there. And so it actually broke yesterday or the day before, something like that. So I either need to be hand racking them, just like place them on the table and get the balls frozen while I'm waiting for the rack replacement to come, or just settle for the template like I'm going to do today, save a little time. But I'm practicing racking too, which is a whole thing in and of itself. So low outside, probably overcut the 1 a little bit because we lost our cue ball down table. And with the template, you're going to pretty reliably make that wing ball. I'd say if you don't make the wing ball with a template rack, something's very wrong. So we're just going to run through a couple of these again, kind of by way of warm up. And try not to overcomplicate this too much. Our one ball's not too simple here. So do we play into the 2 or do we give ourselves... I kind of like maybe drive the 2 down table a little bit and either open it up for the side or the bottom corner. That's fine. So we need to just get a cross table here. And we know that off the 3, we want to get above the 4. I'll probably have to come into the long rail and back out. The question is, do we go past the side and out, or do we try to get above the side? Depends on the angle. And this is where those tighter pockets are going to come in, because I don't have as much room to play with. I want to try to get above the side pocket here, give myself more room. And if I end up behind the 3 ball, it's not the end of the world. Just focus on making this 2 ball and staying up table. Oh man, see, tried to get away with a little bit of an undercut. So let's try to set it up roughly where it was. We know that we were threatening the side pocket. We need to cut it clean. Low outside here. Better. So yeah, these are really picky now, which is exciting, but it's also kind of intimidating. Yeah, Jabs, just seeing your comment here about the TDF. That's part of the thanks guys thing that I put in the title. I got a lot of feedback about my table playing a little too easy, so I got in touch with my table mechanic and I said, hey, need to clean this up a little bit. And it's what I needed at this point in my game, so not going to be able to get away with sloppy stuff as much. Really makes me think about where in the pocket the ball's going, which is going to be huge for position play. Because even something like that, like I know I'm going to bobble it a little bit, but I get really tidy shape on the 4 that takes me to the 5, so I think that's going to be huge. So I think, yeah, the 5 to the 7 is kind of key here, right? So might need to sort of pinch off the 4, stay above the 5. Angle on the 5, sort of tight 2-rail shape here, down and up. Big window for the 7. Any of this is going to be totally workable, so we just need to run through the 5. Touch of inside, maybe? My gut's telling me. Yeah, maybe. So just get past the 9 and get back up table. High ball. Yeah, just a plain high ball there. It's feeling really good, I got to be honest. My table mechanic said that they had never been asked to shim a table down this much, which made me weirdly proud. Like that's a little point of pride. Yeah, hey Chris, thanks for being here. Hope the audio's coming through. Give me some feedback on that. I'm using a new mic, and it's not my favorite. Yeah, Jabs, working on those angles and pocket cheating for sure. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm going for. And I had the whole no spin September thing, right? So natural angles and ball pocketing was getting cleaner that way to begin with. But do not need to be relying on that in practice, because I'm just setting myself up for sloppy play in competition. It's the opposite of where we want to be. yeah, I hope you guys are having a good Saturday. Hope you had some good holidays. If you're celebrating, get a little bit of a break. I had a break from work, which was long overdue. I'm just in that pool playing mode. This one's a little weird, huh? Why did we put ourselves here on this 8-ball? Ooh, hit that sweet. Hit that sweet. Cool. Thanks, Jabs. Glad the audio's coming through good. I thought about putting on some background music, but I've gotten mixed feedback about that. And I figure if you guys want to listen to something, you can always just pop something on for yourselves. And then you get the choice. You don't have to listen to whatever I choose. All right, so got through that rack fine with the exception of the 2-ball getting a little funky, but definitely get used to that. But yeah, change the break shot. More of a cut break, low outside, keep to the center of the table. We're not trying to make the 1. That was the other thing I don't think I mentioned. The 1 is going to come into here and ideally dress up for the side or the top corner. If it doesn't, and we overplay the 1, it'll end up in here. And we should have a good option for just sort of like a cut safe to send our opponent back down to the bottom of the table. In this case, I'm just sort of breaking and going like ghost rail, trying to run out, but that would be the competitive plan. Nice. So made the 1. But the cue ball was good. I think we got kicked around a little bit. But that's the spin that we're looking for. It's a little hard to control. I just got to dial in the speed. Got to make sure I'm hitting it at a speed I can control, as per usual. All right. We want to probably roll towards this 3-ball, huh? Just get up table, get close to it. Get a nice angle to take us towards the 4. 5 to the 7 is going to be the key shot. That 5-ball's pretty gross. Let's get up table here first. There's our angle. Just above the 3. That'll be fine. But we have to decide where the 5's going. I don't love the 5 in the side. Yeah, that's super tight. I don't want to have to mess with that. Getting in here on the 4-ball means we get straight on the 5. That's risky, though. I feel like the window's really tight from up here. Getting above the 5 is less risky. It's really not that much more difficult to pocket it from up here. I think we play for that, which means we have to be on the outside of the 4 and then hit the 4 and draw back above the 5. Are we overcomplicating things? No, because otherwise you're playing the 4 in the side and following through for the 5 down here. Or you're playing the 4 in the corner and following down, and we ruled that out. No, I think we just need to play the outside of the 4 and draw up above the 5. We've already got pretty much a natural angle here to get that window. I might not have gotten far enough. Yeah, we're on the wrong side of the 4. I needed to be out here. I set it, but I didn't look at it again before I hit it. Now, do we need to try to get straight on the 5, or do we go down and back? We're asking a lot from the cue ball if we try to get all the way up above the 5 again. I think we just have to try to get straight in on the 5. Don't love that. But that's probably the highest percentage here. Let's just take our medicine, stop complaining, and put the cue ball there. Oh, tight pockets. You love to see it. So I definitely would have gotten away with that before. Man, it's tough to get flat enough on that 5. Let's see if we can figure that out. Because we were a little bit behind the 4. We have to go through with high inside, high right. Yeah, I think I kind of jabbed at it. I needed to come into it a little smoother. And then you just accept a bit of a cut on the 7, but you've got a makeable 5 ball. Yeah, I think this was always the play. 7 to the 8's kind of weird though, huh? This 5 was always going to be tough. Can't really cheat this anymore. I think we just have to make this 5 ball. I can't punch out too much. I sorta was like able to slide it into here, make it to the outside of the pocket, but I didn't get much. Do we dig into this low outside? Probably. We have to get above the side pocket though. Yikes. I don't think rolling through this really gets you anywhere. Yeah, low left, get back up table. Ideally, you're coming into here and across. Oh, we hit that sweet. Get in there somewhere. All right. That's fine. It's not my favorite, but that'll do. I actually got a lot more out of the cue ball than I thought we would. Can't let this get away from me, though. Make this ball clean. Maybe let the stroke out and kind of come down table and back up above the 9. I don't think I want to try to hold it. Give it enough to make this 8 and come back out. Get up. Oh, that's fine. Yeah, I've been thinking about it a lot more in BCA recently because the pockets are so big, those huge valley tables. I've started to just imagine, visualize where in the pocket I'm making the ball because I have so many options. With these, I have to do it because I have so few options. It's just increasing the precision. But yeah, just a natural progression of the game, I think, right? Playing on tougher equipment, drilling down on those details. It's exciting. All right. I'm also in a rack your own format, learning that you really you want to keep that 2 ball up top. Keep it close to the 1. And as usual, you want to check your lines, even on a template. I mean, you never know. Could be something funky going on there. My template plays fine though. Low outside, cue ball comes in long round back out to the center of the table. Shorter form, I'm going to talk about that too. Cue ball keeps getting kicked. The 2 is not moving. Maybe the 2 ball got kicked back. I didn't really see what happened there. But yeah, that's the other thing, guys. I'm thinking about, I have that habit, and I'm sure you've noticed it, you've been watching my videos, but I tend to bridge so long. I mean, the joint is way past my chin. I'm kind of up here. That's why, I like the feel of the Pro taper that I have on my cue because it gives me that room. It doesn't feel like the shaft is kind of stretching into the fingers. but just been watching myself in the videos and getting feedback from people, and I just think the long bridge is doing more harm than good. Not even really sure what kind of good it would be doing outside of some, acceleration difference, or I think if you need to let your stroke out, you're going to open that up. You're going to bridge a little longer, generally speaking, but I think it's just leaving the door open for inaccuracies that I just don't need to be compensating for anymore. Key shot, 1 to the 2 because the 2 didn't go anywhere. Draw shot can work. I'm usually pretty accurate on my draw. Anywhere in here is going to be fine, but we really do want to be down below the 2 so that we can get back up for the 4. This is tough. This is tough, guys. I'm almost tempted to follow into the position window. 5's kind of in my way though. Let's draw into it. We know that we need to be here. Sort of 25 to 35 on the long rail. All right, don't second guess yourself. Just get there. Jawed it. Yeah. Used to being able to play with that a little more than I can now, which is awesome. That's another big thing, man, just changing my relationship with mistakes. You got to welcome mistakes, especially in practice. You have to look for that, not hope for it, right? But mistakes are opportunities to get better. And if you don't think about them that way, you're wasting your own time in practice. So just see what went wrong. Allow that to take place. Let yourself feel how you're going to feel, and then make your next attempt slightly better. There's a lot of key shots in this rack. We need an angle on the 4 to get down below the 5. Like this, I guess, unless we get above the 4. Touchy. Got to elevate to sort of dig into this touch of outside. I think getting above it is safer. Let the stroke out a little more. And this plays pretty natural. Trying to hold it with that elevation to the cue and the outside gets just too risky. And look at the 5 to the 6. Come on. This is a crazy rack. Get straight on the 5 and draw into here. That's such a small window. I don't want to do that. Getting above the 6 and cutting it, I guess. Short side on the 6. That's probably the best play. The window's not terrible. 5 to 15. Get up here on the 5 ball. So just get across, basically. Make the 4 clean, get across. Avoid the cat. Lots to account for playing at home. Okay. That's interesting. Yikes. Long, pretty straight on the 5. We might have to just accept that cut on the 6 now, because we didn't get the right angle. Yeah, this is just a stun run through, I guess. Stop shot might not do it. Run through this a little bit. Thin cut on the 6. Maybe drift out slightly. I don't want to cheat this too much, but Yeah. Just played it sloppy. Tried to get too much out of the cue ball. We have to hit that pure. Stay still. I probably moved a little bit. Just intimidated by this one. How do we miss it, though? That's the question. Overcut it, right? Draw it into, like, long rail side. Better. I'm not sure that was really set up exactly the way that it was last time. Just a high ball, get out above the 7 here. You know what's funny? I was down on it. While I was down on it, I was second guessing the speed the whole time. Do I want to try to hold it or come down and back? It's pretty silly. I need to decide what we're doing while we're up here. Down and back, dude. Let your stroke out, pocket this ball. Oh, it's a touch of inside, maybe. Stay off the 9. Oh, drawed the 6. Stroke was better. Got around the 9. I think the angle was just off. It might not have been set up exactly the way that it was before. Get some more space from that. Let's see. All right. Touch of inside, so we have to change the aim a little bit. Get through this clean. Down and back. You're always going to be above the 7 ball. Better. Kind of on the outside of the pocket, which gave us more room. Thinner on the 6. This is a touchy rack. These angles are so particular. And even this, I mean, I'm kind of on the wrong side of the 7. A little bit more out of the cue ball, I would have been able to play the 8 in the same pocket. Do I really have to play short side on the 8? I don't have a lot of room to cheat it. I'm going to have to stun run through the 7 and get below the 8 a little bit. Hit that good, though. Nope. We're perfectly straight on the 8. Yeah. So... I don't love that. Makes this 9 ball very missable. The side is so thin from down here. There's still a pocket, but man. Yeah, I've got half a mind to go back to this recording and play this rack again at some point. It's a really good learning rack. Overran that a bit. All right, play this smooth. Here's a tester. Ooh. This is one that definitely comes up in games. You're kind of on the 50. I'd naturally look at this pocket pretty much every time, though. Made the adjustment. Tried to miss it, though. Like, played it into that point. I think the mechanics did a really good job on the table. I'll have to see if I can get you guys a better look at the actual shims at some point. He was sort of apologetic. He was like, I know it doesn't look too good. No, so you can't go that wide. You can play it into the point, but not that much. Yeah, he was kind of apologetic because the shelf is so far outside the pocket line. But just the way the tables are set up, they're not designed to be shimmed this tight. So I just explained to him, like, hey, I don't care as much about how it looks. Like, it's my home table. I just want it to play really tight. That works too. A little bit of spin to kind of coax it in. I don't normally like to rely on spin for pocketing balls. But with a deceptive long shot like this, it's kind of weird angle. Yeah, well, I need more time under that shot. That one's just not in my repertoire. I can make it happen, but was not comfortable in there. Let's get a couple more of these, and then I think it's drill time. Hey, Brian. Yeah, accept your misses. The pro cut. I remember you mentioning that. Yep. Yeah, I think you have to accept the miss. Obviously, like it's just a real thing. But it's welcoming those mistakes like they're material. They're valuable. I think that's a better word for it. Mistakes have value. They point out the flaws. They point out the shortcomings. Whether it's a lapse in focus or mechanics that are missing, or like I said with that last shot, just not something I'm comfortable with, not a shot that's in my repertoire, so it needs more repetitions. It's that idea that when you're practicing something, the amateur does it until they get it right, and the pro practices it until they can't get it wrong. There's a huge difference between those two things, right? And not all of us, mostly amateurs here, I'm assuming, but not all of us are going to have the time to put in 100 reps on that shot. It's just not realistic or fun for most people. Actually, before I break this off, let me double check the stream health here, see how we're doing. Looks like we can afford a little more bit rate. I'm going to try that. Hopefully it doesn't break anything. All right, I made the adjustment in OBS. I don't know if that's actually going to pull in live. I'll give it a second and see. I've got a really strong connection here, internet connection at home, so it should be fine. Yeah, Robert. So I just had the pockets shimmed down. The cloth was still in good shape on the bed. They put new cloth over the rails, but it was just the pocket shim and recover on the rails. I'm really happy with it. I didn't see the need to completely recover it, especially because I might have a new table in my future here before too long. This one's an heirloom. This has been in the family, and my dad shipped it out here to Colorado for me. So got an emotional connection to this one. I think we're kicking the wing ball in. I don't think we're making it clean. Looks like the bit rate's way better. Let me know if you guys notice a difference with the quality there. Because that I just like tripled the bit rate, so it should be a lot sharper. Because it depends on what device you're using. Man, look at this rack compared to the last one. Are you kidding me? That last one was a real pain. Maybe a touch of outside here. Let the cue ball die on the rail. Stay clean on the 3. 4 is always going to go, but the 4 to the 5 is our key shot. How often do these come up? This hanger. Getting into the center of the table, draw out, stay below the 5 so that you have enough angle to get back above the 8. That's how we get out here. I really don't want to do too much off this 3 ball, though. Don't be scared of it, dude. You got this one. Yeah, you got to hit him that way. The balls know when you're scared. Get up to like 30. Robert, the last guy gave you 5-inch pockets? Jeez. Why was it such a big difference? I would definitely have them readjusted. This is a little touchy, huh? Got a lot of room to operate on the 4. So like a 25 to 30 is ideal to have a good option for getting on the 8. That'll do. I said the wrong thing, didn't I? 25. No, I'm close. I got 20. Yeah, we're okay here. 5's a little touchy, but this is a great angle to get back up table. That's another big thing. The like let the angles do the work kind of theory. I feel like for a long time coming up in the game, I was just like, I want to get straight in on everything, and then those shots are really easy. And it's just like was learning the wrong way. Probably spent 10 years playing that way. That angle's so natural, and you just deliver clean through the 5, and it's always going to put you where you want to be. This one I've got to encourage it a little bit. Oh, that's a lot of it. All right, somebody's excited. Cutting this in the side. Bank's on. I'm banking this ball. I haven't done any bank drills yet on this table, and I tend to shy away from banks. I just really don't practice them that much. This looks pretty natural. Maybe tighten it up a little bit. Oh my goodness. I missed it out here. Yeah, more or less. I did need to tighten it up. So that instinct was on point, just didn't tighten it up enough. I feel like if I put some decent time into my banks, that would be a much stronger aspect of my game. I don't know if I consider it one of the most glaring weaknesses necessarily, but would certainly benefit from practicing those a bit more. All right, one more. I'm just having fun running these 9-ball racks. I've been jonesing too, guys. I haven't been playing BCA because they're off for the holidays. I think we're off again this week too. So I haven't had a lot of league play. The break's been really nice, but I think you all know how the pool itch feels. It's back to BCA next week. And APA Masters, it's always the first Saturday. They're a little fuller into the one. Better. Is the one going to dress up? Ah, 5 got in the way. So we're hitting that pretty good. This is mostly just practicing it for the bar tables. Just shorter form. Tighten that up a little bit. Just don't need to do as much. Really just controlling the cue ball and making the wing ball. All right, key shot. I like this move. Play the 1 on the side and follow through into like 36, 37. You're always going to have a look at the 2. 2 to the 3 might be a little weird though, huh? Unless we get straight on the 2. Even still, straight on the 2 is nothing. You'd have to draw back. Straight on the 3. We need to get in here. We know that for sure. Get good on the 2. Maybe we need to take the 3 in the side. Put me right on the rail. All right. Got a bit of an angle to work with, but we are on the rail. Probably going to have to elevate. The 3, oh boy. The 3 goes. The 3 goes past the 4. So if we get behind the 6, I would rather get above the 6, I think. Yeah, I think we got to do it. Dig into this a little bit. Pull away from it. Ugh. That's tough, man. It's so missable when you elevate like that. Hit it like straight into the rail though, so maybe, yeah, over compensated. I think that might have just been an alignment thing. It's another one I don't spend a lot of time practicing. It's hard to advocate for that. Just like, oh, I want to spend 10 hours practicing jacked up shots. You'd get way better at them, but at what cost? That's the shot. Just kind of bobbled it in. But you're always going to get good on the 3. I guess that's it. Just accept that difficulty. Yeah, it took us right to the 3. Yeah, here's another one. I can immediately notice it myself as I get down on this ball, sighting in where the 3 needs to go. Combination of the tightness of the pockets and the fact that I'm shooting past the 4, which is something that I've been working on. not enough. I'd normally be tempted to just sort of jump into that one, but let's follow our same process. We are practicing. That's okay. We're not on the good side of the 6. We have to back cut this now? Well, let's look at our options. Don't love that. Don't love that. I feel like I miss those a lot. This is another one. Gotta mark this one down. Both of these shots are not really in my repertoire. Both avail you position. I think this is the better positional shot. And it's awkward cueing. Yeah, I need to up my confidence on those. Got out of it fine, but did not enjoy myself. All right. Do some drills, shall we? I'm taking suggestions. I'm going to work just the kind of long straight in shots. I want to get a better feel for the width of these pockets, but I will absolutely entertain suggestions. I'll show you some of the materials I use too. I've got all my stuff. This is an oldie but a goodie. iPad workbook, playing ability test. That's a level 3, so like the advanced stuff. And then I've got Billiards University exams. I like those. I'm running through those for a while. And then PBIA instructor drills and exercises. A lot of great content in there. It's no secrets in pool, right? We all know what it takes. Just a matter of putting in the time. So this one is just long line, straight in shots. Can't make contact with any of the other balls as you go. And there's a short table position version of this one too, which is punishing and unfriendly. Where basically the short table position one, you have to play shots like this and get position on the 2 with enough angle to get yourself out for the 3, out for the 4, and so on. And then once you get to the center, you can choose either pocket, and then you sort of work your way back over. In my experience, once you get to that center ball, it becomes much, much easier to handle. But I am going to go with this version first, which is the long straight in shot down the rail after a quick break. So I will be right back. Let's see how we do. So perfectly straight, cue ball in hand each shot. You're supposed to reset after each one. This one was punishing on my old table, the old pockets, I should say. We'll see how it goes today. But yeah, you're supposed to be basically along the short rail back here, shooting basically off the rail, straight down. Any little bit of overcut or undercut, any amount of spin, any sort of tiny deviation is going to immediately send you off. So this is really just about training in that clean delivery. And I mean alignment too, right? Like you have to set it up properly and not make any adjustments or compensation while you're down, like I'm doing right now. So let's stand back up. Hit that a lot straighter, but part of the problem with this, the value of this exercise, I should say, is your judgment, right? Like you might think that you're setting up a perfectly straight ball in hand, but it might not be perfectly straight, and or you may not be getting down on it perfectly straight. Nope. So even if I had made the one ball there, it's bad because I ended up cutting it and coming into the rest. So each time, almost every time, we're overcutting it. We're missing it over here. So let's think about going into the one ball fuller. Change our cue ball position a little bit too. That might help. Better, smoother. I'll take that. Not in love with that, but I'll take it. But we do get to move on. So set this up perfectly straight on this two ball. Cue ball is on the rail. Bridging way back here. Played that good. A little bit of a slide in can happen here. And once you get comfortable with this drill, you're going to anticipate that. You might even play for that on some shots because it makes it a bit more forgiving. Especially with 4-inch pockets. They're actually maybe a hair under 4 inches. Yeah, same deal. I'm letting this open the ball up a little bit. Good feedback. Not a miss. I guess technically a mistake. Yeah, well, if you weren't playing for it, it would be a mistake. But let's try for clean into the pocket. It's really tough. I mean, the angle, pocket angles are much more severe at this point. Pretty clean. Just barely nudged the point down there. And as you would expect, these do get tougher because you're into the center of the table. Shots are wider. You don't have the benefit of the long rail on the side. Sort of judge it. That's working. Pressure builds up here too. Even when you're not live streaming your practice session, because you start to get in your own head. You start to think about, oh my gosh, I got to 5 and that's my best ever. Or, I missed this one, I'm going to have to start over. So it really gives you that simulation of the competitive squirrely brain thing that happens. There's another drill that I like from the iPad workbook that I showed you, which is long straight in shots like this, but it's a draw shot drill, and you're trying to basically draw the cue ball back up into the kitchen. And I love me a draw shot. You guys know me. That will come as no surprise. This one's a little funky because we're fine. You just got to hit it good, man. Starting to feel like I'm risking hitting the 8, and you have to like talk yourself out of that. Just play it clean, play it straight through. Stay still. Nope. Yeah. Stayed down too long, I think. Distracted myself. Started thinking about other stuff. And that's what you get. All right, let's make this one happen. Cued into the rail. Kind of like swooped into it or something. Did not stay level. Yeah, I like felt the shaft contact the short rail here as I was accelerating into it. Better. Overcut. That's a consistent error for me. So the adjustment is play really full into this ball. You are not cutting the ball. You're playing into it full. Smooth, level, stay still. It's pretty straight. Not the cleanest contact, but I was lined up straight and I delivered it straight. Part of the other issue is bridging off the rail like that. It's putting a lot of tension on the fingers, so it's physically uncomfortable, which, you know, is not nice. It's unpleasant. But I think it's also just mentally kind of a good thing. It gives you has like a built-in distraction effect. Play through the pain. Not super painful, obviously. Would never advocate for that, but a little bit of discomfort, a little bit of complaining. Just some more things to digest and learn how to process. Oh, I thought about missing that one, and I did not stand back up. Find a bit more of a flow with this too. That it is hyper focus on mechanics, practice mindset, welcome mistakes, but obviously you want to succeed. So strip that down, focus on a good process. Cat's sharking me. Hey, bud. Now is not a great time to rub on my legs. Come on over here. Yeah, I did it again. Just didn't cue clean into it. It's gonna swoop. What was our best? 6? Missed on the 7? Man, this one ball. I did it again though, and I'm not cueing level across the table. There's something that's catching, maybe a shoulder drop, elbow drop. Something's happening where I'm not coming clean across. Stay level, stay still. The timing of this cat. Cued it better though. Hit that fine. Yeah. So that time it was noticing some tension in the body, in my left leg, some kind of shakiness, so not feeling relaxed. And there's always going to be some tension though, so the shakiness was just distracting. Just my weight was weirdly distributed. I'm not sure. let's think more about follow through and coming all the way through the cue ball. That might help with the clean delivery. Yeah, so that's going to help. That might be kind of clutch here. All right, come all the way through the cue ball. Clean, straight delivery, stay still. Follow through. That's helping a lot. That's helping a lot. And I think it's giving me enough little things to keep in mind that it's edging out the squirrely stuff. Clean delivery, stay still, follow through. Still hit that pretty good overcut, right? Because it came into the long rail. All right. Clean delivery, stay still, follow through. Nice and smooth. That's 100% on me. The cat meowed in my backstroke or my backswing. And I was like, I can blame the cat. That's so dumb. Come on, dude. I hear you, bud. I am aware of you. Did your job. Dieter, yeah, slow the backswing. Thanks, man. Gotta think about that. So let's think about that. Slow backswing, clean, straight follow through. Oh, overcut that. Missed it by a lot. It's all right. Mistakes are information. Don't mind that. Just make the adjustment. Overcut. So full into the one ball. Stay still. Clean delivery. Follow through. Slow backswing. Just do all the things, man. Oh, slid that one in. I don't love that. I'm gonna hit that again. All right. Overcut, short rail side. Still kind of sending it to the short rail side, but it was better delivery. Let's get through this one here. Yeah, that's pretty clean. That's what we're looking for. Yeah, he is a big cat. He's got a lot of voice. Nice. That one felt pretty good. I actually added some pace. Kind of intimidated by adding pace to these. I'm feeling like I want to just roll them in. I don't know how much that matters here, really. Maybe it matters in the sense that this pace is pretty far from my feel-good stroke, so to speak. Can clean through this. Hit that pretty good. A little bit of a touch on the long rail. I think I need to just let that go. I think the indicator is, am I hitting it where I'm aiming? And I think that's true. Even when it's sliding in off the long rail, I think I'm hitting it true based on my alignment and intentions here. That's the trick. No, I dogged it. Talked myself out of it. All right, let's give this one more run, guys, and then see what kind of time I have. Try a different exercise. All right, noticing my mind is going to the outcome. Like I want to do better. I want to beat my record for today. That's fine. I'm going to acknowledge that. I'm going to appreciate that that is important to me. And what's going to get us there is having a good process. Pressure's on. That's fine too. This is our last attempt. Good process. Staying still. Clean delivery. Straight through the ball. Okay. That's it. I said it was my last attempt. Let's try one other thing. How about that draw shot drill? Help me loosen up, get into the feel-good stroke. So this one, oops, it's a little earlier. Yeah, so it's 6 shots, and they are they're on the side pocket halfway. So you shoot them down into the corner, and then you have to get it into up to 1.5. So it's not quite the full kitchen. It's up to 1.5, the position zone on all 6. Point for making the ball and a point for position. I'm not really tracking points today, but obviously we're going to pay attention to what is supposed to happen. And I wanted to get into this today because it gives me a feel for the pockets, the speed, kind of the angles that I can get away with. Oops, I need to check. I think it's cue ball in hand in the kitchen. Where are we? Cue ball, not allowed to contact the head rail. Forgot about that. Cue ball is always on the first diamond, but it's a straight in shot. And yeah, cue ball can't hit the head rail. So get into 1.5, but don't touch this rail. think you're supposed to contact the long rail either, so just clean back. Snatched it. Didn't really get any draw on that. All right, we're switching modes. Get back up here. Woo. Okay, so the draw stroke was better. Speed was good, but we're not sighting in the pocket properly. Ooh, we're missing this really bad. Maybe something about that last drill kind of threw me off. That's better. Perfect. Let's hit a couple of those. Perfect speed. Pretty much right on the string too, right where the cue ball would have been. Is it enough? Nope. Accuracy is better though. Ball pocketing improved. Easy to underhit this one. Yeah. All right, well, we've got the ball pocketing down, I think. So tip position. Bit of a stroke thing. Too much. Good correction, though. Not a lot. Not by a lot. That's where the mistakes are valuable, right? Like you have to look at that and say, okay, I made a change. It was the right change, but it was a bit too much. So get slightly less than that. That's the window. Let's play it from there. Yeah, and these open up a little bit, right, as you get into the later numbers. Hit that pretty good. Didn't make it. So the drill would be, we'll just run this out. The drill would be get through all 6 balls and then just total up your score. So let's imagine, I played the 1 ball and got into that window, so we'll call that 2. Pocketed the 2 ball but didn't get into the window, so total of 3. Said I wasn't going to track points, but here we are. I like points. Pretty good. Nice. So 5 points. Because that order doesn't really matter, but I'm a stickler. Details matter. Oh, no points. Tight pockets. All right, clean delivery, stay still. Oh man, losing it now, losing focus. All right, get these points. So, lapse in focus, some fatigue. It's all good things, though. It's all valuable. Let's do, just like we started, we'll run through a couple Ghost 9-ball racks. Call it a cool down, I guess. But not our finest work on that last drill, the draw stroke. 5 points out of 12. It's a tough one, man. Not a lot of breathing room. But have to learn to play through that fatigue and the lapse in focus and whatever comes up, the self-doubt. All the same things that are going to come up in matches. All right, let's get back to just feeling the game. What feels good? Let's start from there. Losing the spin. I mean, I had plenty of spin on it, but it's kind of dying on the rail. Look at this 2-9. Does that even go anywhere? Ugh, kinda. Goes on the side. And it's on the template. And the 1-ball's nasty. Well, guess I deserve this. Do you roll into the 2-9? If so, how? I don't know if the 1 even goes past the 3 with these. Play a combo on the 8, and then maybe the 1 is in a position to break them out or set us up for the 2 in the side. That's probably the play. Go full into the 8-ball here. 1-ball's gonna dress up. We're on the wrong side of the 1 now. And the 2 doesn't go from up here. Needed to underplay that to leave the 1 ball on the rail. I don't think I can. Maybe I can. I might be able to play into this 9 ball. And what are we hoping for? The 2 rolls into the 6, maybe gets far enough above the 5 to make it playable. That's all we got. That's all I can see, I should say. Longer bridge here, because we're letting the stroke out a little bit. Missed the 1. Didn't hit the 9 and the 2. This is a weird spot. Because the high ball is going to die on this rail. I don't know if you can roll into those or not. Get a couple more of these in, and I think we'll call it a day. full on the 1. Two ball really wants to stay down here. All right, we just got to get on the 3. We're trying to get back behind the 4 up here. Short side, similar size to the window. We would have the advantage of doing this though. I like this better. We can see where we're going. To like 5 to 20-ish. 15 is probably ideal. Play into the long rail. It's pretty close. Good angle to work with on the 3, but we have to twist away from it. Get above the 4. Make the 3 clean. Just encourage it in. A little bit of spin. Nothing crazy. Not too worried about that. I think that's the thing, is just can't be trying to get too cute on these. As long as you've got an angle, you can work with it. Yeah, well, I don't love this 4 ball, but we're still at the table, still in control. 5 to the 6. Let's think about that. The 6 ball is exactly like the 5 ball that I had early in the practice session. Probably short side on it. Got to pocket this 4 and get below the 5. I think that's already asking enough. We had some room, speed-wise. We had a lot of room, actually. This entire line would have been fine. Cut the 5 in the side and then get the cue ball up here. That's probably the way to go. If it clips the 6 on the way in, it's still going to leave us a shot. Yeah, I think that's the play. Overcut it. All right, get there a couple more of these and then probably have to call it a day. It can be hard to stop though. I bet you guys know that feeling. I'm just gonna run out of time. That's the hit. More of a kind of like a draw stroke. Ooh, the 3-4 is unfriendly. What are we gonna do with that? Play the 4? That'll go. Windows like this. Play the 2 in the side and roll into it. It's risky. Rolling into the 3 is not risky. Rolling into the 4 doesn't really get you anything. Let's think about that. What is the higher percentage? Let's just double check that the 3 doesn't actually cut. I mean, maybe it does. I might be tricking myself here. I think the 3 cuts. Pretty sure it does. So we just have to get center of the table. I'm going to play for that. That feels safer. I definitely trick myself with these sometimes. Play clean into the 3. It's going to roll off the 4. Yeah, that was weirdly deceptive. Key shot. We need to get down here on the 6, or do we play short side? Man, the 8's a big ball. We get in here, then we just play short side on the 6. That's probably the way to go. Get across table, get straight on the 5. This should be workable. A little bit more of an angle than we want to get short side on the 6. Could still do it. Maybe. Or do we play into the 8? I think we need to just get down here. We just need to get down here on that side of the 6. Kind of sight in the 8 ball. We're getting right behind it, aren't we? Ugh. Yeah. Okay. We'll try a little jump shot. Didn't think it would come up in practice today, but here we are. That's all right. Got all this equipment for a reason, right? Jump shot with weird position too, because we have to basically get into the short rail and back up above the 9. Keep it interesting. Bad hit. Graze the 8 on the way by. All right, one more. One more game. That's what they all say, right? I think next practice session I'll have to do the actual ghost drill, keep track of my score with my spreadsheet and see how it compares. Maybe change my color scheme a little bit. We are making that one ball. Very consistently. Yeah, I'll be curious to see how the scores have changed, because I am not getting out like I was before, which is what we wanted. Get down below the side pocket. We are asking the cue ball to travel a bit this rack. But these lines just feel a little better to me. I think, part of it would be, hey, why bother going outside of a position window? Because you had position here. It's probably simpler now that I'm looking at it, but because you could do a stop shot on the 3, accept a long shot on the 4, shot on the 5 takes you right to the 6. It might have been better, thinking back. But we're okay. This will work. Get up above the 9, past the 9. A little bit of an angle here to get around, out and around the 8. We do not have a lot of angle. So do we keep it simple? What I talked about before, you have a position window down here. Take the long shot on the 8. Not a back cut though, man. You want to be here. It's okay. Still in control. Well, we knew we were going into the 9. And we learned a little bit about the tight pockets, that they will still accept that angle, because I did not play that clean. And we also get to see if I learned my lesson on banking to close out the practice session here. With a very full pocket. I'll take it. All right, guys. Hope you had fun. Hope you enjoyed this video. Had a lot of fun doing it. See if I'm able to do this more. It's really just going to be a matter of time. How much time I have. How much time I can put into videos like this. But yeah, I think sometimes the toss-up is going to be between something like this and then putting together a commentary video, doing some editing. But either way, I'm just going to keep churning stuff out. I'm going to keep doing the work. Whether I'm posting the live videos or streaming it, I'm going to be on the table. I'm going to be practicing. I'm trying to improve my game and yeah, put all the effort into something, get some results. But yeah, good session today, good workout. Thanks for being here. Thanks for checking me out. And I will look forward to seeing you guys again soon.